Hello Taurus, Taurus rising and Taurus moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting July 17th, 2017. Those of you who have been following me for a while know that every time I start to, get new cards, get new tools, or at least most every time, I like to dedicate, at least 1 week to showing off those new tools, and that's what I'm doing this week. So this isn't a forever setup. Some people worry. It's just for this week. And I just want to show you the cards I'm using. New stuff, new cool things. I'm really actually loving them. This here is the Llewellyn tarot deck, and I actually used to work with this a long time ago. This was before the Scarlet Moon days. This is back when I was, just finishing up college. And this here is the Druid Animal Oracle. I'm going to be doing a review on both of these on my vlog channel, Scarlet Moon Magic, and I have that scheduled to come out after these videos come out, so be prepared for that. Another announcement for you all out there, I'm not going to be available for readings this week. I'm actually going to be out of town from the 16th through the 21st/22nd overnight. So, if you are looking to order video files or schedule a session, I'm not available to get any of that started or going this upcoming week. Of course, as you know, it's a self-schedule system, so you can always schedule for the week following. If you do want to get a video file order ready, you will go to the front of the queue. I'm having a queue set up, and so everything will be taken care of in the order it is received following my return on the 22nd. Okay? And of course, don't forget, the Tarot Home Study course is available for download and purchase for only $35. You get 3 hours, actually over 3 hours, of video content of me teaching you about the tarot, as well as supplemental documents taken from the book that I'm working on, spreads, all kinds of, interpretation sheets, fun stuff like that. And you can get that all at my website, integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on with the astrology this week? All right, Taurus. Well, this week, for the most part, it's actually pretty chill. It's actually pretty relaxed. But on Monday, we do have Venus forming a square to Neptune between your second house of your earned income and your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And usually when we see Venus and Neptune in a square like this, this basically shows up as sort of a tainted opportunity, or a compromised option, or a compromised proposal being put on the table. And I want you to be very careful about following a friend's financial advice, or maybe even engaging in any kind of long-term financial arrangement or financial partnership with a friend based on the information and the plans that have been set forth. What you think you're biting off on is not what's going to be the final outcome. Now, whether this first draft turns out better or turns out worse remains to be seen, but, in the beginning, it is going to prove more costly than if we waited to jump in maybe on step 2, 3, or 5, okay? Just very important information to put out there. Also, we have on that same day Mars, planet of action and energy, in your third house of communications, forming a tense square to Uranus in your 12th house of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And it seems like there may actually be a bit of a blow-up going on when it comes to a sibling or a roommate or a neighbor, that, that there's some kind of controversy going on about information that is not coming forward with, where, there's a fight about somebody else not coming clean about information that they need to be sharing, that needs to either A, be public knowledge, or at least to have the, relevant individuals be in the know. And I think that this fight may very well be necessary. I want you to be careful not to go overboard when it comes to this kind of argument, and again, with the third house, this might not necessarily be a relative or a roommate or or a neighbor, because again, we look at the third house as sort of like relatives in our generation, siblings, cousins. We may also find that this could be a peer, this could be a fellow student, this could be somebody that we are on some kind of networking group or working team with. But again, somebody refusing to actually come clean about information they're hiding, or for perhaps actually not sharing with somebody who's very much deserving of knowing and probably should know, yeah, I think it's okay to call them out. Just don't burn any bridges while you're getting that message across. So what's going on with your cards then this week? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the second thing. Hold on. There's a second day that's actually really good. Like all over the place getting ready for this trip. On the 18th, we do have Venus forming a lovely trine to Jupiter from your earned income sector to your 6th house of work, reputation, and physical health. Now, this definitely talks a little bit more about the work side of things, and a lot of you Taurus people, and especially you Taurus rising people, are going to be feeling a lot more turned on or I guess you could say turned in when it comes to an opportunity to leverage some big project that you've completed recently as a way to advance yourself. This could be a negotiation opportunity, something you could leverage for more money, whether it's getting more money out of a project that's on the table right now, or possibly even increasing your salary on a regular and ongoing basis. This could indicate an opportunity to do so by tweaking your schedule just a little bit, or perhaps actually going and working in a completely different capacity for the same employer. Either way, it's a stroke of very, very good luck, and I definitely did not want to forget to bring that up to you there. So now what's going on with your cards? That's kind of important information to know, huh? Well, for your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your finances, we do have the Knight of Swords upright. And again, it looks like somebody's coming to the rescue, or somebody's actually kind of singing your praises. Usually when we get the Knight of Swords upright, somebody's trying to act as representative, kind of rolling in as our herald, so to speak. They want to actually champion our cause. And you may be actually finding that somebody is really talking you up. They're really, boasting for you. And a character witness of this kind actually is landing you a better opportunity, a better job, even if you're already currently employed. The Knight of Swords upright, for those of you who are looking for new work or looking for new opportunities in general, can indicate somebody jumping in with an opportunity to work alongside them or a close associate of theirs. And it actually would be a good thing to entertain. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we've got the Death card upright. Now, nobody's dying, but with the Death card, we do have a situation approaching here where somebody that you actually, very much on the regular, again, a friend or relative, is making a drastic left turn or making a drastic transition as far as their life is concerned. And in some way, this does affect you. Now, this could be a situation where this person is deciding to quit their job, move away, get divorced, break up, possibly even, go back to school. But the Death card upright does indicate in some way this is an end you saw coming. This is an end that you maybe you weren't waiting for on the edge of your seat, but something that you absolutely were aware was almost an inevitability. This is not necessarily meant to be an I told you so moment. This is actually a time where, if this person is contemplating finally jumping off this ledge, we need to be encouraging, because it does look like this is the healthiest choice for him or her. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Ace of Cups upright. Not necessarily the worst challenge in the world, but there could be a new opportunity when it comes to an emotional connection or a romantic connection that you either already have or possibly a new person coming into your life. And you may not necessarily feel like you are willing or able to reciprocate a lot of that energy. Sometimes, people are just so damn open, and we're kind of like, I don't know. But I'm also feeling with the challenge with the Ace of Cups here that there could be a situation going on where even a partner is suddenly having this sudden outpouring of feeling, and we're not used to them being so deep. We're not used to this person being so sentimental, and it kind of catches us off our guard. And the Ace of Cups upright as a challenge can indicate, well, can you cope with that? I mean, most Tauruses, you're very, very sensual people. I don't necessarily see why that would be an issue, unless we're worried about, what this means for the future. Sometimes it throws us off to see somebody break down or somebody share that much. Even if it's all good news, it's all good, positive, loving energy, there's something that can kind of happen with, when we have this as a challenge that's almost saying, like, it makes us feel a bit insecure for whatever reason. And I don't want you to let that taint the situation that you have, because it's actually a really good thing. It's just kind of throwing you off your balance. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Seven of Wands upright. And this can actually be a great card for those of you that have been engaged in any kind of conflict, trying to make headway with an agenda or a plan that you'd like to embark on with a partner or with a crush. And the Seven of Wands can often show up here where we're suddenly getting the priority that we've been wanting to get. This could be a situation where, maybe somebody that we've had our eye on or somebody that we've had to, kind of compete for attention for is finally giving us some more attention. And the Seven of Wands upright can also indicate a situation where, we may actually be finally getting even some more alone time this week. If been feeling like maybe our partner has, and us have been kind of pulled apart by other responsibilities. The Seven of Wands is definitely saying things are kind of more or less going our way. This can, however, also show up as a situation where, again, be careful. We've got a lot going on here, Taurus, where you're kind of, cracking open a shell or a wall is coming down with a crush or with a partner this week. But I think that you've got to be ready for this person being more sensitive than you expected them to be. You can't be like, well, I want somebody who's hard and tough and, doesn't emote, and then complain about feeling lonely. That doesn't make any sense. But also at the same time, you can't be like, well, I wanted somebody sentimental and sensitive, but now I don't feel like they're strong enough. Can't have that either. This is all a balancing act. The pendulum's swinging the other way with your partner, but I think it's actually going to be a wonderful, wonderful change of pace, and it will balance out. So what's going on with your spiritual advice? I'm doing it in reverse this week, and it just didn't stop. All right. So we've got the card of the Stag. All right. So the Stag this week is talking about a great deal of focus on, I guess you could say, a purification of your space, a purification of the world around you. Now, this could be a purification in your environment by getting rid of a lot of dysfunctional energies, getting rid of stagnant energies such as emotional holdups, emotional blocks, difficulties with emotional honesty. But the Stag is actually more than just purification. The Stag is also about actually seeing something kind of reborn, seeing something actually being not only reborn, but reborn as it should be. Sometimes things do need to get a better second start. Not a second chance, but a second start. And what I'm feeling from this card's energy right now is that there's going to be sort of a renewal going on, in this process this week. A lot of things are going to get renewed. Once we actually clear the air, we're actually going to be in a situation where all of these situations themselves are getting on the right foot, so to speak, when it comes to, your dating life, your romantic life, your professional life, all of these things. We can't go forward without getting it back on the right foot is what this is saying. And so luckily this week, a lot of that's almost going to turn around all on its own. Just be prepared. That's why things, always have to start over again. There has to be an opportunity to reinvent and get off on a better foot or get off on a better start and give something a better start it deserves. And that's what's going on with you. So not a bad start, not a bad week at all. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it, Taurus. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.